Hello everyone. In today's video, let's have a quick look at the market in general. So if you look at the current today's view on market view, BTC has been stabilizing around the mark of $45,000. So it's pretty good. And you can see on the coins below top 100 are also going up on the high. So that's another indication that the altcoins are picking some good momentum, traction. So and then let's have a look at the top movers. So you have different top movers here, and we'll get into DENT straight away. So DENT has been doing pretty awesome since today, where you can see the price went up all the way to 9149 and break out the barrier around the 0.007 resistance level, so which is pretty good, and the weekly charts look pretty good as well. So hope it maintains the trend. And another indicator that I keep watching around the line is where you can see actually the number of wallet holders. So the number of wallet holders has steadily increased now. So it's increased close to 38,766 users. So a month ago, which was start of January, it was around 36,000 token holders. Right now we have got new 2,800, close to 2,800 new wallet holders who have moved their tokens to cold wallets. So which is pretty good sign that the market sentiment for DENT is pretty much taking new shape, because they have got quite a lot of new products coming out in the making as we speak now. So that's one of the reasons why we are seeing a surge in price and interest from the general community. So if you look at the charts today, so it's pretty much consolidating now at 009, and it tried to hit 001 around early morning hours, so which is pretty good. I think now it's going to be consolidating around this 008 and 009 range, and once it breaks this resistance, then I think it might go all the way to 002. That's my view as well. And if you look at the order book and the trade history, it's pretty much lots of buys than sells, so which is a very good view from I would probably watch the order books as well, because there you can clearly see some sort of clear indication how the market is. Usually you will see quite a lot of sell orders coming over here, but right now it looks quite positive, and that is a very good indicative as well. So let's watch out what's going on in KuCoin. So KuCoin is another very popular exchange where DENT is traded more frequently. So there, for the first time, DENT hit its 2 sats and gone up by 36% against BTC. So that is happening after more than a year ago. So that's a very positive sign from the market perspective, and you can see there's a very good trend line happening in the DENT BTC pair in KuCoin. And if we have a look at the ETH pair on KuCoin, the ETH pair is pretty much doing pretty well as well. It's keeping up at 32% as we speak now, and the volume is around 117 ETH. So you market volume is pretty is very stable at the moment as we speak. So that's another one I would probably keep an eye on. So if I go on the hourly chart, you can see it's been a steady pickup from all the way from 004. It doubled to 009. So, and you can see the spikes in the volume. It's constantly, and this range, this area, it looks quite positive to me. It's on an upward move, and we don't see much selling happening at the moment. So that's a good sign. And if the volume if we are lucky and if the volume keeps up, then I think we are going to hit the 0.002 range very quick than we could imagine. So the 0.002 is the next resistance level, I would probably think so. So let's have a look at the daily chart. So you can see the daily chart looks pretty good as well. So let's have a look at the weekly chart. So the weekly charts, yeah, on weekly charts also you can see the trend is much higher at the moment. We are no more near the bottom lines of 0018, which we saw at the start of the year. So that trend line is keeping up. There's a huge green wick you can see, and it's now consolidating around 009 range. So let's have a look at the monthly charts. Yeah, that's 1 month chart. Let's go for a zoom it up a little bit. And on the monthly charts, after several months, we are seeing a pretty good surge in the interest of DENT. So you can see the wick is pretty good. We haven't seen this huge green wick in several years of time actually. So that's a very good indication now that there's a renewed interest coming from the market makers. That's how I see it, because there's lots of updates coming out in the next 2 to 3 months. That's pushing the positive sentiment on DENT on the upward trend. And another reason is in the past years their focus strongly shifted towards eSIM related products, and recently Apple announced that DENT Wireless is an officially recognized worldwide service provider for eSIM devices. So we know that the popular iPhone has sold roughly around 750 million eSIM enabled devices since 2018, since iPhone XR, iPhone XR. All the iPhones are officially eSIM supported. So that's another reason why we are seeing lots of attraction, because people who want to buy mobile data using for their eSIM, they are going to look for, all the iPhone users are going to look at Apple's website, and there DENT Wireless is listed on the top on the list. So that is probably one of the key reasons now we're seeing renewed interest for DENT in the market as a whole. That drives the positive sentiment and positive vibes along the way. And they have the next version of DENT 4.0 coming out, the mobile app, which allows you to sell the unused mobile data of their eSIM plans. So that is another positive signs that's coming up. And then they have a DENT Exchange, new version of the DENT Exchange coming up as well. There's quite a lot of products on the making, I would probably say. That's probably because if you are planning to get into DENT, then you gotta have a clear idea of where they are heading for the next 2 to 6 months time, because historically speaking DENT has been performing really bad and in the past 3 years, because the market sentiment was not really good and they haven't come out of the bear market since then. So right now is what we are seeing, the breakout of the bear market actually happening for DENT now, while the other thousands of coins have already had their spikes. If you go to the top 100 coins in your if you pick any top 100 coins, you can see how much they have gone up in terms of their ICO price in comparison to the ICO price. So if you look at Cardano as just an example, go and look at how much it's higher than the ICO price. That will give an indication. You can clearly see Cardano's excuse me, is high by 4,100% compared to its ICO price. That is pretty huge, and most of the top 100 coins have gone up by several folds actually. So if let's pick up the recent one as DENT COIN, you're going to be surprised to see still people buying DENT COIN on this huge upward trend as well, hoping it could go up further. And nothing can keep going up, right? It's up by 10,600 and not even 10,000. Yeah. Oh, I can't read the zeros. It's 106,000%, close to 107,000% high than its ICO price, and still people are buying it. I don't get it, because all the YouTubers, if you go on the YouTube and look for the price predictions, they always pick only the top 100 ones, because that's where their vested interest is. And even lots of people are saying BTC is going to go to 100,000 or $1 million, and then Ethereum going to $27,000, and there is a crazy prediction for XRP. XRP is going to $100 or $10, and still people don't consider that as an hype, and they happily buy in. But whereas if you look at products like DENT, they have a solid working product, and they have been in the crypto space for 4 years now, and they have a working mobile app for both iOS, Apple phones and Android phones, and they have a 26 million users onto their app ecosystem, and they have their own DENT exchange as well, and they have a DENT Giga Store, which is for targeting the retail users, and then you have a developer portal for providing business services targeted to B2B sales. So they have a huge range of product suites, and still the price is very low than the ICO price. That's where these are the kind of products we should probably get in, because even if Bitcoin or Ethereum goes to 1 million, it's only the top elite few upper class, rich class people who are going to get the benefits of it, and the YouTubers are favoring them. But whereas coins like DENT, they're going to surprise a lot of people, because DENT, if you look at DENT's performance, it's just 30% above its, the last time when I made the video, it was 30% below its ICO price. That was a very good position to get in. Even still now, it's only 45% above its ICO price. So that is, from my point of view, that is a huge chance for growth in terms of interest from the general community. And still the price is in sub pennies for a product targeting 5 billion mobile phone users. Imagine, it's being sold at sub pennies, 1/100th of a penny. So, and still people don't want to buy or recommend these kind of tokens. And if you go and type on YouTube about DENT coin, there's not much YouTubers talking about DENT coin at all, because all their picks are top 100, and they don't talk about the ones which have a solid use case. I'm not saying DENT should be the only coin that they should recommend in the sub pennies, but all I'm saying is DENT is one of those good picks that they could recommend for their subscribers. So all those subscribed users, they are talking only about the top. They're talking about Cardano, or they are talking about BNB, or they are talking about XRP, because they have got vested interest, right? They bought in very early, and now they are recommending their subscribers to buy more, and that gives them a huge revenue. That's how it works. But whereas as a unbiased buyer, I would look at what's the ICO price and what's the current price, and if the current price is far fledged away from the ICO price, I would probably try to keep away from, because the reason is it's already on the peak, and the people who bought in yearly, they are going to manipulate it. But whereas with DENT, it's already only close to 45% to the ICO price compared to all the top 100 tokens. This is really a good entry point for DENT. The reason I'm saying is it's undervalued at the moment, from my opinion, because it's a mobile product, mobile data eSIM service provider, and they are a telecom company as well. So it's not just so if you look at all the 8,000 cryptocurrencies traded in the market, like you can see here, there is 8,423 cryptocurrencies. Out of all of them, there is no blockchain, telecom based blockchain projects. That is a clear indication how niche their product offering is. Let's compare all the top coins and see whether they have competitors. If you look at Ethereum, even if you look at Bitcoin, there's quite a lot of forked BTCs there. BTC SV, Bitcoin Cash. This competition even for Bitcoin as well. If you look at Ethereum, then there's Cardano there. All are targeting, they are the best in transaction volume. They can do more transactions than Ethereum, and there is quite a lot of fork. Like Litecoin is a fork, Chainlink is just another saying they are linking all the blockchains. The blockchain itself is in initial stages. What you're trying to link? There's only hardly 50 million cryptocurrency users globally, and that might change in the future. I'm not denying that, but what you're trying to link? What are you trying to link? All the 50 million users? And still the price is $27. That is a funny thing. And if you look at Stellar, it's all targeting blockchain space, and there are lots of copied versions of it. EOS, Tron is saying that they are the world's best internet. They are solving the world of internet. There's just nothing there. There's no customer. There's no use case there for Tron. And you have XRP. All are forked. The point I'm trying to make is there is a competition in that space. So if you look at the mobile space, there are only 2 operating systems for mobile. Even though there might be billions of handsets around the world, only Apple's iOS and Android's Google's Android. Those are the 2 operating systems for mobile systems. The same way, once blockchain dusts off, there's probably only 2 or 3 blockchains that are going to survive. The rest are going to be dusted off pretty easily. We don't need thousands of blockchains. But whereas with the telecom solution that DENT is trying to provide, it is providing an open marketplace for mobile data and creating a middle layer between the telecom companies and the consumers, so that the consumers can take the benefit of coming in and choosing the data plan that is cheaper and more affordable for themselves. And they are trying to create a secondary marketplace as well, where users can come in and sell their unused mobile data, because the unused mobile data is roughly worth 35 billions currently as we speak. So all those 35 billion USD are directly going back to the pockets of the telecom operators. Even though the consumers have paid their money upfront for those $35 billion USD money, they are not getting the value for that, because they haven't used their data within that period of time. Let's say they are on a monthly contract and they are given 5 GB per month, and they charged paid upfront for the 5 GB, and if they don't use the 5 GB in that end of the month, it doesn't get carried over for the rest of the months. That's the reason DENT eSIM mobile plans all have a 1-year validity, so that just gives them enough time period for them to use, and if they cannot finish it by that period, they can sell it back in the DENT app and get back free DENT tokens. That's the reason the DENT tokens have a use case and a utility, rather than getting back as fiat coins, fiat currencies. They sell the data and get DENT tokens as the medium of exchange. So that's why DENT is a utility token, which has a utility for buying mobile data, and if you sell your unused mobile data, you get back enough DENTs. That's another very good use case of how a good design for a utility token should be. And there's thousands of questions coming around saying why DENT needs 100 billion tokens. That's another very good question that I would want to answer today. The reason DENT has 100 billion tokens is very simple. You have 5 billion mobile smartphone users, and even if you assume DENT manages to get just 0.1%, not 1% or 0.5%, just 0.1% of the 5 billion users, that would be like 50 million users. And you can do the maths now. With 50 million users times everybody, if you give 10,000 tokens to them, is easily that will take out all the 50 billion tokens out of the supply straight away, and they could have it in the app. And once they have their tokens in the app, that gets locked in, and it's traded only within their ecosystem, and that brings price pressure on the exchanges. Well, the exchanges now their supply will shrink, because the exchanges is where the price of the token is determined. So now imagine if the number of tokens in the exchanges shrink, as we see here right now. If you see on each scan, Binance has 23.7 billion tokens, which is basically held by thousands of users, and they constantly exchanging and trading. So that determines the trade value. And if the supply goes down here, and if users want more, that's when the price pressure will come up. So we are waiting for more users to join the DENT app ecosystem. Once we see a lot of users in the DENT app system, then we are going to see a huge surge in price coming very soon with the next release of the app version. So let's keep an eye and hope you will see a very huge spike in the price very soon. And thanks for watching. Have a good day.